I'm Steven, the calculator guy, and today we're going to revisit Harmony blockchain. And the reason we're going to do that is because I have seen some decent farming opportunities on there, and I thought I would share them. So basically, if you want to see the top protocols, I always use DeFi Llama. There you go. And we can't really talk about Harmony without talking about DeFi Kingdoms, but DeFi Kingdoms is not my purview. I will leave all of that to Taiki Maeda. Him and his Discord, or he and his Discord, do an incredible job covering virtually everything you can think about with DeFi Kingdoms, and in his Discord you will meet some of the most knowledgeable people about DeFi Kingdoms who can certainly help you. Highly recommend joining his Discord. I think it's Boba Capital. Great people over there, so shout out to them. Okay, so SushiSwap is the first place we'll look because they have some farms there, and the farms are pretty decent. So you have Ethereum and Frax. This is a pretty decent farm, right? Pretty good farm because this is APR and that reward APR is really high. So that's the farming APR, not the fee APR. So it's not really manipulated by large volumes of trades right now. Frax is a stablecoin, and you can convert that into APY by compounding. So that's pretty good. And there are some other decent opportunities, UST ETH, which is very similar to the Frax ETH. And so, you feel free to check out Sushi. It's a pretty decent place to do some farming there. Coindicks, which is exactly what I just said, gives you the ability to look at the farms on any given blockchain. Now, of course, it's not comprehensive and there are a lot of farms missing, but what it does allow you to do on most blockchains is see what your potential yield opportunities are. So here I see Frax ETH, auto compounding on Beefy. I'm certainly interested in it. I would go check that out. There's also one somewhere around here, which I believe is a stable, but I'm not seeing it now. So maybe not. Oh, well, here's stable, 45% on stable coins. That's pretty good, though it looks like Bitcoin is there. Yeah, it is. So not too stable. Probably wouldn't join that one. But there you go. So Coindicks, you can look at farms from all over DeFi. So this is pretty cool. Shout out to the person who sent me a Twitter message pointing this out to me today. I like it. I love tools. So next is Unite Finance. So their TVL has increased dramatically, almost by 50% in the past day. So do keep that in mind. They are increasing rapidly. This is a Tomb fork. What you should know is that right now the price of Unite, which is supposed to be pegged to 1, is almost 13 times higher than 1. So if you are doing the Unite 1 farm, you're probably going to experience a lot of impermanent loss as this gets closer and closer to peg. UShare is probably what you would do if you want to bet on the yield of this farm and the emissions making Unite go closer to peg. They do have auto compounding down here, which is really nice. It's proprietary auto compounding. It's all in one place. So there is that. The APYs for the farms here are both over 1 trillion%, which means that you will get roughly 8% back per day, but this is very high risk, so please do keep that in mind. Okay, for the vaults on farmers only, there are a few that I really like. And so the reason I like the vaults and not the farms is because the vaults are auto-compounded, the farms are not. So for the vaults, the ones that I am particularly and personally interested in are the stable vaults here because they're above 30%. And anytime a stable opportunity beats Anchor, I'm very interested in it. So Anchor's 20%, these are 10% more. It's super easy to get UST from Luna to the Harmony blockchain, so that's really cool. I did that yesterday, actually. Anywho, 30%, I'm all about it. One thing to keep in mind is that while there isn't a deposit fee and the withdrawal fee is really tiny, there is a rewards fee, but I am 100% cool with that. Effectively, that means every $1 in rewards, you get 4% will be taken and given to the protocol. The other 96% will be compounded into your farm, which is completely fine by me. They're doing a huge favor by auto compounding for me, turning my APR into APY. I'm all about it. I don't mind it. Also, really good opportunities with Ethereum and Bitcoin, though I don't think these will last as people start to remember that Harmony 1 blockchain exists. not just for DeFi kingdoms. Maybe, I mean, 41,000, come on. This is probably eventually at some point going to be 1 million until that APY is crushed. So, you know, maybe not. There's the TVL for Harmony is less than 1 billion. If that stays less than 1 billion, then these opportunities may last for a while, and you may get this incredible APY on your Bitcoin. One other one that I wanted to point out is secret one down here, right? Bitcoin ETH, 63%. That's really good. Don't tell anyone, or, you know, tell whoever, but whomever. So this is pretty good. I like this one a lot. One thing to remember, and this is really important, is that when you are using these blue chips on other chains, you want to make sure the price you're purchasing them at, the price of Bitcoin and the price of Ethereum, is close to, really close to, within like 1% of the advertised price of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Or else, you know, all the yield you're getting when you sell is going to go away. So, for example, if you wanted to buy Ethereum, you would either go to Sushi to buy the Ethereum, or you would go to maybe you would go to SushiSwap. But let's say I would go to Sushi, right? Go to Swap, and I would want to let's go for Ethereum, right? Let's just do plain old Ethereum if they have, yeah, ETH. And let's do UST, which is like the token that's mostly used here. Kind of interesting. Let's do 1. Right, so here, see if there's a price impact? Isn't that ridiculous? Okay, so 3774, right? If you want to buy 1 Ethereum. Now, what is the price of 1 Ethereum? Right now, 3782. Huh. Well, I don't think that's true. Let's look at CoinMarketCap and see 379. So this is 379. Here it's 377. So technically you'd be getting a decent deal. Let's try with USDC. 3798. Okay, so $8 more. So really these prices aren't that bad. You're getting a little bit of variation based off the stablecoin that you use, but it's within 1%. I'd be totally fine with that. And then I would, you know, go ahead and farm this pair, get some great yield, and then sell it. One thing to remember is that when you sell, you're going to get a worse price because you don't have perfect stability. So see that? 3797 to 3743. So that's a difference of, what was that, $50? So if you bought and sold immediately, you have $50. And you would have to see what percent, how long it would take to overcome that in terms of the farming. So that's something that I always like to remind people when they're going to go farm these blue chips on other chains, depending on the amount that they're doing with. All right, cool. Euphoria is a DAO. I'm not really big on ohm forks at the moment. Wow, that makes me look really blue. But it's the biggest ohm fork. It's, you know, the DAO is Venom DAO, which does ViperSwap. I'm not super huge on ViperSwap either because of their lockup period. I don't like lockup periods. It's just not my thing. So I do like Liquid Driver though, and they have a lockup period, but I just like the way they work. So, you know, it is what it is, right? You can see the market cap. I think it's been cut by 66% in the past few whiles. High APY, I don't know. It's not really my thing anymore. I'm not really big into ohm forks, but there it is. Tranquil Finance. Okay, so now we're getting into the money markets. Pretty decent, right? If you're looking to place your stables somewhere and then short an asset so that you can go run it off and get yield on it, this is a great place to do that. So one thing that you might do, right, is and you get rewarded for borrowing these. So you gotta keep that in mind. What you could do is you can bring over your stablecoin, park it there for 12%, which is not bad, better than any bank will ever give you over a number of years, and then like borrow some Ethereum, borrow some wrapped Bitcoin, and then go farm it, right? Go farm that wrapped Bitcoin Ethereum and get yield on that while you're getting yield on this. And then, you know, go return those wrapped Bitcoin, wrapped Ethereum later with the wrapped Bitcoin and the wrapped Ethereum that you gained from the farm. And, you know, you're having a good time. So a lot of different strategies you can implement here. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily recommend looping because, I mean, these are just, the difference isn't good enough. So this negative 7% means that this is what a usual APR for borrowing is. You would pay that instead of get that. With these positive APYs. They're actually paying you to borrow, which is incredible. So I honestly really like the strategies that can be implemented here. But that's, I'd have to do a whole video for that. If you're a Patreon and you want to ask me about the sort of things you can do here, by all means you can. All right, 100 Finance. This one has gotten a lot of press recently because of these absurdly high APYs on stables, but this one has gone down by about 50% in a day. So do keep in mind that these are not going to last. This total supply is super low considering the APYs available here and the potential strategies for looping. Though I don't believe you can loop with 100 Finance. You might have to find a way around it to do that. I forget, like you simply can't borrow the asset that you supply, or if you can't borrow any stables if you supply a stable. I forget how it works, but they try to prevent looping, which I shake my fist at them for that. But hey, great APYs. It's better than you would get looping anywhere else, anyways. So unfortunately these APYs are not going to last unless people just stay disinterested in Harmony, which may happen, but it might not. So 100 Finance I think is a totally underrated protocol. Hopefully it doesn't rug you guys and then you're like, Steven told me that it was underrated and now I lost on money. They're on Ethereum, which I'm not interested in, for you guys know why. Arbitrum and Phantom. I might check out Arbitrum. I've seen their Phantom, which has always had decent APYs. I should check out their Arbitrum as well. So maybe I'll do that off this video. And then the last one we're going to talk about is Beefy. So if you go to the Harmony Beefy, you'll find that Frax ETH we looked at earlier. So it's going down by like 1% per 10 minutes. So I imagine by tomorrow it'll be under 100%, which is a bit of a bummer. But again, anything that's stable plus blue chip, I will gladly farm at above 70%. As soon as it gets to 7%, I'm going to hop out of that farm because I don't want impermanent loss to ruin my gains, and then I'll go somewhere else and farm something else. So, but above 70%, and this should not be your rule, this is my rule. I mean, above 40% is probably still enough to avoid any severe impermanent loss, or, avoid, if you're getting that and it's being compounded in, you're probably not going to get much impermanent loss. But for me personally, like, if I'm going to deal with these blue chips, that I'm bullish on most of them, I want to be reasonably high APY to overcome any potential impermanent loss. There really wasn't, I wasn't too interested in anything else here, really. Let me just go pure stables, stable LPs. Yeah, the best one here is 23%, and that's pretty much the same as Anchor. So, Anchor, you only have one smart contract risk. Here you have two smart contract risks, though, it's Sushi and Beefy, so the risks are incredibly low, but the more smart contracts you're dealing with, the more risk you have. So, guys, that's it. If you want access, I know a lot of people have been asking me about my strong tax estimator. It's $85, but if you're a patron, you just get it. All my calculators are available to my patrons. Also, the portfolio creator is available for any patrons. I haven't decided on the price for that yet because I want it to be accessible. But I also want to get paid for my work because I do plan on doing manual updating of all the prices and APYs in there about once a week, as well as building out much more things you can do with it. So a lot of people have joined the Patreon recently because of the calculators, which is pretty cool, but we do more than just calculators over there. So, if you're interested, go ahead and join, and you can always leave before the month is over and not pay anything, I'm pretty sure, which, sucks for me, but it's great for you. So, I'm not going to stop you from having a good time. That's pretty much it. So plans for me, in case you're interested, I'm going to attempt to create a thing, some sort of either calculator or ledger where I keep my portfolio totally forward facing so that everyone can see what I'm doing. Because, I made some decent plays over the past week, but I didn't have the time to get them out to the public via video. So, I just wasn't able to share that. And for my patrons, those who may have picked up on my subtle hints, hopefully they also made some 40% gains in the past couple of whiles. But, I post there first, especially the things that I think are like, super, you got to move on this right now. But if my portfolio is available for everyone, then, or at least available for my patrons, then people can move on it really quickly, and, you have access to what I'm doing. So I do plan on building a very specific portfolio with a very specific risk management strategy, and then making that particular portfolio public, and that will be my main portfolio. So I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, and I think it'll be a pretty interesting experiment. I would love to compete with other, quote unquote YouTubers or influencers in the space and see, who can do the best over a certain time period. So if there are any YouTubers out there who want to do a portfolio competition under a certain time frame, I'm down. And maybe a portion of the proceeds could go to charity or something. I don't know. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and have a wonderful 2022 and rest of your day.